Game dev money. In this industry, many believe that this topic is quite unfathomable and uncertain. I want to break down exactly why I disagree with 99% of game developers which believe that it is impossible to generate consistent, sustainable income from game development without getting a job at studio, which is quite threatened with layoffs, which we currently face and see online, and also plus rise of AI. And then also I disagree that it is not only way to generate an income by creating your own dream game and selling on Steam. It could be another platform, but mostly indie games are sold on Steam because Xbox or PlayStation are way more complex to get yourself onto. In my opinion, both of these are big gambles. You get a studio job, you are threatened by layoff, you are threatened by AI, and you are trading your own time for someone else's salary that they decided you are worth. Quite frankly, for example, $20 per hour. They decided you are worth $20 per hour. You have enormous competition, and it is basically a fight on pricing, who has better portfolio, and then who can offer the lowest price to get involved in a job. Your dream game, you're basically spending 2 to 5 years on something that has 95% chance of making absolutely nothing, zero in lifetime. If we go to the statistics, I believe, if I'm not wrong, the median, meaning average, for an indie game to make lifetime is about $1,200-ish. And most indie games make under 5,000 lifetime, about 1,200 in median. But there are a few that make a bit more than that, which is capped at 5K, and that is not a career, it's an expensive hobby. And we do know a few outliers like Stardew Valley, new games like Escape from Duckov, very small team. Also we know the Unrecord or Bodycam, which was made by 2 French guys, and they made 14 million, and these are outliers, 1 in millions. But there is a third path nobody talks about, and it is what I chose to this day. And this is exactly how I make money from game dev. And nobody really considers this. Game devs are usually taught to think like an artist. Follow your passion. I don't spend days and nights. Quite frankly, I work 14 hours a day. I don't spend 14 hours a day because of passion. I have no passion here. I don't do this because of love. And ship your dream game project. I never had a dream game project to ship because I knew that my idea was not that unique. If you have an idea of game that you think is unique and you will only be able to produce it yourself and then sell million copies on Steam, that's probably not gonna happen. Sorry to disappoint. Simply because your idea won't be that unique. There will be something already existing like this, or even if you pull off something like that, it's possible that it will never make anything. And as well as if you want to make money here, you're in a wrong place. I was watching a YouTube video the other day and the person was saying that he was making his own game because of passion and of love, and he clearly emphasized that if you want to make money out of game dev, you are in the wrong place. And let me ask you, why in a wrong place? If we compare game developers to artists, like here, there are really 2 scenarios, right? Artists who are mediocre and average, who never really sell anything, and there are artists, right? This is one case. And there are a second category of artists who make not hundreds, but millions of dollars because how exceptional and outstanding their work is. So this is same here. If we are an artist, we could do it out of passion just to be happy that I'm drawing something, or I could use my potential to 100% find a ways to be differentiated in the market and make fortune out of this because the competition is quite frankly zero in game dev. But nobody ever says, treat your skills like a business. What I noticed, and I also love the podcast of Bad here clearly that I watch almost all of their videos, right? And they clearly emphasize as well that what they see in artists, in game developers, in what they teach in their course about Unreal Engine, that people love business skills, but they don't understand how to get yourself out there, how to show your portfolio, your identity to the client to get hired. And this is what you guys lack really, the business skills to monetize yourself. You're just looking, safe path to make your dream game which gonna fail, or get a job which will underpay, and you call that a certainty, and you still lack business skills which could potentially get you more income by treating this like something more than love or passion, but something as a source of real income. What I currently do with my clients is, first of all, I offer services. I started this 3 years ago, or maybe 3.5 years ago, offering gameplay programming services. Obviously, in the end, I was like a generalist. I was doing level design, Obviously, first was programming, bug fixing, generalist stuff, then also some kind of animating the cinematics. All of those, I tried all of that. I'm offering services for like 3 years now. But then I understood the real law. The law is specialty. This is the real gold here. Even when you get a job, they don't ask you if you can do modeling, programming, and animating on 25% or a middle average level. No, when you get hired, even for programmer, they ask you to only know something specific about programming. You could be hired as AI programmer, and you are only asked to know about AI programming, or you can be hired as gameplay programmer and only know about gameplay programming. That's what they ask you. They ask you to program only single thing. In this case, programming of AI, gameplay, servers, whatever. So they don't ask you to know programming, modeling, rigging, everything. No, they just ask you to be the best you can be, the absolute beast at animating. That's it. You need to become specialized in one thing and offer one thing only, and also brand it. You need to create your own personal brand, which you show on social medias like LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, like I do myself. And then it changes whole perspective. It changes your identity and how clients perceive you and how they find you, why they want to work with you. As I understood this, I became specialist in gameplay programming services only and delivering successful top-tier high-caliber demos to my clients. Not a full game, not only gameplay programming, even though I do myself only gameplay programming, but I get a team of artists whenever needed, and we create a successful demo, which then my clients can pitch to investors. This is one thing, they pitch to investors usually, they get further funding, or they build a community, or they sell on Steam, if it's early access, if it's demo, something. And then we continue the production as time goes. This is what I did. Right now, I also started consulting. I consult and mentor game developers who are just starting and want to learn and accelerate their growth in game development. So game developers, people, individuals themselves who want to grow aggressively, growth. And I also consult studios or individuals making their own game and want their game to succeed, be it investing, be it selling, whatever, with clear strategy, roadmap, and architecture that guarantees outstanding and exceptional results. That's what I started now. So services plus consulting. And also you could do freelancing like I was doing previously. And I sometimes do freelancing now as well, addition to my offering service. These are real path that can generate way more income than your dream game or a job, and solving other people's problems for real money. There are studios begging for people like me and specialists who can solve their problems. I had a case, there was a studio from Dubai and they had about 10 to 15 employees, right? And nobody could build the parkour system there. But the CEO studio saw my work, saw my exceptional Assassin's Creed-like parkour system, this one, and he reached out to me personally asking to work with them. And that's what we did. And my identity was shaped by highly polished parkour system that has no lookalike in Unreal Engine community. That's the real path. But people are afraid of this. Why? Because of uncertainty. And when I ask people, they tell me that it is uncertain. What if I don't find clients? What if nobody hires me? What if I don't have portfolio? Again, what if nobody hires me? What if I'm not good enough? What if I price too high or lose client, or price too low and waste my time? Your price is determined by what value you can provide to your client. Every single one of these is a fear, not a fact. I sometimes have these fears, but then answer is simple. Post more content, post polished, highly impactful moments of your games, and people will come to you. You will never have to search clients. You will be booked out 24/7 because you are so good. And this exact fear keeps game devs stuck in two lanes they were told are the only options. Either it's tutorial loop, portfolio, job application with thousands of competitions, rejection, and repeat. Or worse, tutorial loop, dream game, 3 years wasted, no sales, burnout. That's the two paths they follow. And I made this full career without selling a single course or any info product. But right now, because of demand in my messages and in the comments that people wanted to know how I did it, how I built a real career from game dev, which many dream of, I released an ebook. Not an expensive course that could cost $200, $400, $500, but a $17 ebook which covers exactly what steps I use to become who I am right now. And you can go to this link and read exactly what is covered in this book and how you will stop guessing and accelerate your growth to finally reach all of your goals in game development. And for last, please stop waiting for a job or a dream game to be only options. You need to shape your own opportunities all by yourself. The skills, your skills are your product. They are your identity. If you post crappy, junky work on your social medias, people will perceive as junky developer. But if you post even in work in progress, but polished, fancy, highly impactful moments and clips from your game, people and clients, the viewers, the audience will perceive you as highly premium developer who can deliver outstanding results. There are people with money who need what you build. Market is simply too large to not find work.